What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Brown Guy Racing. My name is Josh, and today we're going to go ahead and get the dash and the steering column all set up so that way we can start making progress and getting the engine bay ready to roll to drop the engine and transmission in there, which I am definitely really excited for. So we're going to jump into getting the dash rolling, and thank you guys for joining today. I appreciate it. So this isn't actually the first time that I have installed a dash in an FD RX-7. A few years ago I actually pulled apart one shell to rebuild another shell, but I do not recall having this much difficulty working the dash into position. So this was definitely a little bit more time consuming than I expected it to be when I first set out for the project. But this dash also hasn't been in this car for a few months at this point, maybe a year. It's been a while since we pulled the dash and pulled the glass. So I slowly work through figuring out what is kind of getting in the way. It kind of just seems to be wiggling some stuff around. Doesn't seem to be anything too obviously in the way. But here in a second, I'm going to go ahead and lean the dash back and kind of fiddle with some things on the back side of it. And that's going to seem to make the difference I need for me to be able to get the dash in, because it ends up being able that I can finally start finding some of the bolt holes here after this last little tweak. Because this is a spot where I noticed that something's clearly holding me up kind of in the center. So once we roll this back here, kind of do a little finagling, and that seems to kind of resolve whatever it is that was stopping me, because from here I'm able to kind of sit it down into position where I need it, and then I'm able to start getting things situated in the bolt holes. So at least it didn't fight too much for something that's been out of position for so long. I'm sure that there's a few little plugs and clips I'm gonna have to find up under it here soon, but that's a project for another day.
Three hours later.
Perfect. Making progress. Tangible progress. Okay. All right, so our dash is in. I need to throw 110 up top there. See that, and then I'm grabbing it. So we're not putting the red bolt in there. That needs to be something we can't see. the dash in. Now, I'll turn our attention over here real quick. We're gonna get this cleaned up. At this point, I'm starting to take off all of the stuff we use to protect the steering setup from paint and sanding and all of the other fun that comes with bodywork. So this way we can go ahead and test fit a couple of bolts and then make sure we go ahead and get everything installed. I noticed that there were quite a few leaves stuck in here, so I end up kind of cleaning this out in the middle of something. Easy to get distracted doing other things sometimes. So back to getting the steering column all set up and connected. Now we've gotten to the point where we have to go get the actual steering wheel set up and go ahead and fish it through. Okay, sounds like the camera's starting to die, so I am going to swap batteries in the camera, find this 12, and we're going to get right back at it. Alright, welcome back. So, off camera, I found a bolt and clean the threads real quick, and it will fit and hold and secure our steering column. So what we're going to do is I'm going to hop over here and we're going to take this guy luckily that was that in. Mike would not have been happy with me there. And the reason this seat is wiggly is I have a set of aftermarket seats that we'll show later that I was trying to see how close they'd be to the stock rails, so I've taken the rails off of these. And not close. Okay. So either one of those have a nut down there, so I'll have to find a bag with the two 12s in here. I think it's actually the one on the floor, so luckily it's not far. But there. And this will not be the steering wheel we will be using, so shortly we'll do a video of installing the steering wheel, but we've got a little ways to go till we get there. I'm not making these tight yet, I'm just getting them close. And then, yep, here are. When you take an entire car apart, there is no shortage of bags of bolts. I labeled a lot of them, but there's always a couple that end up not labeled, or stuff just gets thrown in a bag at a certain point. Sometimes people are just tired along the way. So lots of fun looking for the right bolt, that's for sure. camber down. As you can tell, I've got to get a little more used to filming. So, extend you. So, just turn the wheel so we can get this. Okay. So now, for the first time in quite a while, we have steering. Okay. Alright. No motion there. Eventually I will clearly need to replace that seal. So that'll be something I will probably reach out to Ray Crow about. But with our steering mostly in and this power steering hose out of the way, ow, something stabbed me. You can actually look at doing one of the more exciting things and start prepping the motor to drop it in. All right, well today we were able to go ahead and take care of the dash and get the steering column in and set up so that way it is set up and out of the way. So now we can start prepping the motor and transmission for dropping them in the engine bay, which I'm definitely really excited for. So the next couple of videos we'll be getting that all ready, and then we'll drop the motor and transmission in. Thanks for joining us today, guys. Like and subscribe if this is your type of thing, and look forward to seeing you guys next video. Thanks.